Hi Tribe, welcome back. We are on the final day of the 7-day remembrance series. And if you haven't, make sure you go check out day 0 through 5 to make sure that you're all caught up as each day built on one another. And if you're new here, my name is Ty, the Manifestation Goddess. I'm an energy alchemist, spiritual oracle, modern day ascendant master, manifestation mentor, all of the things. There's ways to work with me in the description. But let's get into it. So far we talked about the Easter egg theory. We talked about 3D being a playground. We talked about detachment. We talked about divine time. We talked about creation being finished and living at the end of creation. And we talked about why our manifestations start to feel instant. So today we're going to talk about being in the world, but not of the world. All of those topics has brought us here. We touched on it a little bit in the previous video, but what does it really mean to be in the world, but not of the world? What world? So let's think about it. We're going to use the Sims reference as we have been talking about the Sims and the 3D being a game this entire time. So it's being in the game, being in the 3D, being in live mode of the Sims, but not being of the game, meaning keeping your awareness in the 4D, in creation mode, keeping your awareness in pure consciousness in 5D, internally. It's like understanding that you are living internally, and the 3D is just a reflection of who you are internally. So it's being in the 3D, but not of 3D, because you know that internally you are pure consciousness. You are God. You are living in your God state. So it's playing in the world, but also being aware that you're not of this world, knowing that you're God self. You're allowing your God self to experience the 3D world as God, but you're not of the world. Does that make sense? So let's touch on it again. I would think about it like this, like my God self, all knowing, all powerful God, cannot perceive limitations as God, because all God knows is perfection. All God knows is abundance. All God knows is joy. All God knows is bliss. All God knows is these high frequency feelings. But our God self can experience limitations, can experience the unfolding of things through us as we play in the 3D. So we're being in 3D as God, but we're not of 3D, because we know that we're God. We know that we're pure consciousness. But we get to experience the best of both worlds coming from pure consciousness. The best thing about being able to play in the 3D is that we still feel amazed and in awe of the beauty of our experience in the 3D, while also simultaneously being aware that we created all of this. That is truly like the chef's kiss moment for me, is because it's like I get to experience things as if it's for the first time, as just joy and bliss, while also being able to step back, zoom out, and understand that I created all of this, but it doesn't take away from the joy of the experience. You get the beauty and joy of living life normally in the 3D, while also coming from the awareness that you created all of this. So back to the Sims, it's like you get to be the Sims while also playing the Sims. That's being in the world, but not of the world. So you're playing the character of a Sim, but you're not technically the Sim, because you're the creator of all of it. So you get to be all of it. And that's truly what it means to be in the world, but not of the world. You get the beauty of experiencing life. You get the beauty of experiencing, if you want to say, circumstances, but also understand those circumstances do not define you, because you're the one that created the circumstances to begin with. So that coming from that pure consciousness, it's like if there's ever a unfavorable moment for you, you get to zoom out, go back in 5D, go back in pure consciousness, and observe yourself creating the situation, creating the scenario, creating your timeline, selecting what you want to experience, while also playing it out. So you get to experience all of these things coming from this awareness. So think of it like this. The 3D, you're living it. The 4D is where you get to make those selections, you get to create. In the 5D, is where you're the awareness of all of it unfolding. You get to watch it all unfold. Isn't that beautiful? And this is why nervous system regulation is so important, why I'm a big advocate for it. Because when you are able to ground yourself in this awareness, the 3D circumstances don't affect you in the same way, because you're coming from the awareness that you made these selections while also are able to watch it unfold. So if you ever feel like you're in a trying situation, you can always step back. When your nervous system is regulated, you can always step back and remind yourself that you chose this, but you can always choose different. That is the beauty of being God, of accepting your God self, of accepting your true power, is that you always have the power to choose differently. In every single moment, you get to choose differently. Every single moment is a standalone moment. The past does not exist. The future does not exist. Your past does not dictate what you're doing right now, because every single moment is a standalone moment. And as the creator, you get to choose different in this very moment every single time. And as pure consciousness, you get to watch the unfolding of each decision, of each choice in the 3D. You get to experience all of it. That's being in the world but not of the world, is having the awareness that you get to experience all of it. You get to experience your selections, you get to experience the unfolding, you get to experience the actual experience. It goes back to being both the experience and the experiencer. Like that makes sense. Being the creator and the creation, you get to experience it all. And the beauty in all of that is coming from a regulated nervous system. It won't overwhelm you. That's why nervous system regulation is important, because sometimes these concepts, these experiences can be overwhelming, especially from our human limitations. But when you're regulated, you get to accept and understand that you have no limitations. You are the creator, and you get to ground yourself in this knowing, and you would approach life in the 3D much different, because you accept that you created all of this and creation is finished, and at any moment you can select a different experience. So you don't manifest from doing more. You manifest from embodiment. You manifest from taking on the identity of the sim that you want to be expressed in the 3D. So you're going into the mirror, pausing the game, making your selections in creation mode, and then when you go back into live mode, back into gameplay, you're now embodying those selections. So you're not putting in effort to do these things in the 3D. Creation is finished. The effort was already done in creation mode by simply deciding and setting your intention, and then putting that intention into action, putting that intention into attention in the 3D. So it comes from embodiment. And sometimes embodiment can sound, I don't know, kind of complex, but it's really not. It's simply moving as the version of you that you selected to be. And you can do these in the most simplest, mundane ways in the 3D. Because we're all coming from different levels, different states. You can ask yourself in every moment, what would the version of me that I've decided to embody do in this moment? And make those decisions. Like, what would the version of me decide to wear today? Like, make those decisions every single day, because now you're allowing the 3D to reflect those creations that you've already selected in the 4D. So again, it's accepting that you're playing in 3D, you're in 3D playing, but you're not of 3D. You know that you're God, you know that this is your God state, and your God self just came here to have fun, to express itself through fun, through play, through experiences, through joy. Is having contrasted experiences to remind God's self of who they are as God. It's truly a playground. But you, coming from this new awareness, always have the power to zoom out. If you're ever feeling like the 3D is really getting to you, you have the power to zoom out and watch every decision you made already unfold. But if the 3D, this is the thing, if the 3D is unfolding in a way that you don't want to experience, you have the power to make new selections, because you're not of 3D. You're in 3D, but you're not of 3D. You are a powerful, infinite being, and you can choose differently every single time, because I promise you, every single reality that you desire to experience is already finished. It is up to you in live gameplay mode to move as such, and don't question it. It doesn't matter the circumstances. Don't question the decisions that you already made. But when you continue to change your mind, you're continuing to choose a new timeline. This is why persistence is important, because when you persist in the decision, in the creations that you want to experience, you are telling the 3D, you're telling live gameplay mode to meet me where I am. Instead of trying to meet 3D where it's at, you're allowing 3D to be the reflection of the decisions that you already made. This is why it's so important to live at the end of creation, because you already made these decisions. You've already made these selections. You've already decided on the reality that you want to experience. So when you're back in 3D, live from that end, live from the end of creation, live from those selections. Stop letting the 3D tell you what is real. You are real, and you tell the 3D what is real, and you allow the 3D to meet you there every single time. And again, I am just a reflection of this information. You already know this to be true. I'm just here to remind you of your power. This is what all the greats talk about when they say you have everything that you need already in you, because you do. But sometimes we do need a little reminder. So I'm just here to remind you of your power. Do not give your power away to 3D. Do not be of 3D. We're in 3D. We're in 3D to have fun, to play, to enjoy life, to give God the full God experience, but we're not of 3D. We have the power to zoom out every single time and watch the unfolding of our decisions, of our selections that we made in the 4D. And at any given moment, if the experience is unfavorable, we have the power to choose a different timeline. Every single moment is standalone. Do not get caught up on those circumstances. Do not let the 3D trick you. You are the ultimate power. You are the infinite being. You are ever expanding. Make those decisions from this awareness. Yes, and we are at the end. So if you haven't already, again, go run those day 0 through day 6 videos and get caught up, or run the series back if you need to. I got so much more coming, and I'm so glad you're here. I love you. And as always, I'm happy, I'm blessed, I'm free. Yahweh. Bye.